Hey everyone, it's me again. Just wanted to make a quick little video on how to have fun on iRacing. iRacing is a very competitive game, as everyone knows, but with all competitive games, it's also very easy to not have fun. Um, and with iRacing, it's actually pretty easy to get around that. You can have a lot of fun uh, while remaining competitive. You just have to learn new things to break yourself out of what may seem like very obvious things. So the first method I have for having more fun on iRacing, it's probably the most important one. The first one and the last one in this video are probably the most important ones. The first one is that iRating does not matter. It doesn't. iRating does not matter, and focusing on it will ensure that you do not have any fun at all on iRacing. Yes, iRating is a metric of skill uh, on surface level, but it can be manipulated and not tell the full story, um, in both positively and negatively. So ultimately, it's just a number that places you in a split. You're not gonna be getting any pro invites if you're a high I rating. Even if you're 7,000 I rating and you qualify for Road to Pro Top Split, or you get placed in Road to Pro Top Split, um, you still need to have the skills to get it done. So I rating is ultimately meaningless for 99.999% of the general iRacing population. If you're trying to go pro, then sure, iRating matters. But if you're just doing this casually and for fun, which if you are not trying to go pro, it should be the ultimate goal is fun. Um, don't worry about iRating because it's just going to detract from your experience as a whole. Uh, Lesson number 2: accept that skill progression is not constant and not linear. Yes, well, and this kind of goes hand in hand with number 1, but I figured I should elaborate more on it. Yes, while iRating is a measure of skill, it doesn't tell the whole story. Uh, and your skill progression, you're not always going to be getting better and better and better and better. You can, stay at a skill level for a little bit, gradually learn more and more things, and then get better in skill. So, you know, just focusing on getting better is a lot. It's going to be a lot more conducive to having fun on iRacing, because you're witnessing yourself getting better, and the iRating will come with it. If you're a higher skill, you will have more iRating. But it's not necessarily representative of it. It's just a very, very basic benchmark of skill. Um, and honestly, if you are focusing solely on iRating, you might not even be enjoying racing. You might just be enjoying watching a number go up. So that's also something you gotta think about. Like, how much am I enjoying the racing versus how much am I enjoying watching the meaningless skill number go up? Lesson number 3: set challenges and goals for yourself to reach. Now, this can be any challenge or goal. It could be reaching a certain I rating, racing a full season of a series, lowering your average amount of incidents per race, getting to a certain license class, etc., etc. You can set so many goals for yourself on iRacing to chase and follow, and have fun while doing it. The achievements tab on iRacing is a very useful tool if you want to go achievement hunting and have fun doing it, because that's what I did farming Pro 2 lights at rallycross tracks. That's how I had fun doing it, because I both enjoy doing Pro 2 lights and I enjoyed trying to accomplish a goal. I wasn't chasing iRating. I was chasing an achievement tied to iRating. It sounds essentially the same, which I mean it kind of is, but the methods, or not really the methods, the enjoyment I got from it was a lot more if I was just going, I have to get to 8,000 iRating and nothing else, and not, I would like to get this achievement at my own pace. And at your own pace also ties into lesson number 4. Don't force yourself to play iRacing. forcing yourself to race, to practice, while practice is good, racing is good, getting experience is good, don't force yourself. Do it when you feel like it. I know you kind of feel strong-armed to do it because it's a monthly service. You're actively paying for it, but there's no shame in taking breaks from iRacing. Um, and it doesn't have to be your main game either. It can be your second game, it can be your third game. It can be, if you enjoy another game more and you don't feel like racing, play the game that you want to play. Um, don't don't try to, force iRacing into your life and force yourself to enjoy it, because ultimately you won't enjoy it and you'll get burned out very easily. It's very easy to do if you force yourself to play iRacing. Um, Lesson number 5, try new things that you haven't done before. Try a new series. If you haven't done any races in a license class before, do a race in a license class. I remember seeing forum posts about people who were like, there's not a lot of things to do on iRacing, and they literally only do sports car racing. Um, and you're only experiencing a fraction of what iRacing has to offer if you're only doing one discipline. I'm not saying that you're not allowed to be uninterested in other disciplines. For example, I don't have any interest in Formula Car racing, but the thing is that I've done Formula Car racing, and I've just not had that much fun with it. This is gonna sound a little dirty, but I like making contact. I like making bumps, being able to lean on people, being able to rub fenders, and with Formula Car racing, that's just not possible. Um, and that's why I like the low-powered sports cars a lot, because you can make some contact without it being an instant spin or instant damage. Um, but I wouldn't have learned about that. I wouldn't have learned how to get good in dirt road if I didn't try to take a leap. I do a lot of SRX videos. I decided to try something new with the SRX car and race that, and it was one of the best decisions I made on iRacing because I've had a lot of fun uh, doing SRX races. So don't be afraid to try new things that you haven't done before. And this especially ties into uh, lesson number 1 about iRating not mattering, because if you focus on it, you're also going to limit yourself to only a series or two that you're good at, and you're going to worry about losing iRating for trying a new series, and you're just going to limit yourself and your possibilities. Number 6, join or create a community. Now, a community can range anything from a league to a team to the iRacing forums or like subreddits or low participation series communities. Like I just said with the SRX car, the SRX community is the first iRacing official series community I joined. I was never a part of an iRacing series community before that. And I'm very glad that I joined it because I've had tons of fun doing the SRX cars. But you can make your own team with your friends if you want to, or you can try to hone your skills to join a team. I'm on a team because we just like to have fun and drive dirt road cars. And shout out to Team Watson Racing, but I'm there because I like the people there. Joining a community and having a friendly group of people who share the same interest in iRacing as you is something great to have, and it will definitely make your iRacing experience more enjoyable, especially if you get matched up against people on your team or in a league that you're racing. So you know that those people are respectable, clean, or maybe the opposite. So you can have a better racing experience knowing more people. And on leagues, compared to official racing, it's widely seen as a lot more clean, and a lot more low stakes too. So you have a more relaxed environment in a league environment compared to officials, where iRating and safety rating um, is being enforced. Rule or lesson number 7: don't be afraid to use the protest system and make mental notes of people. I know that to a lot of people, especially on the oval side, using the protest system is seen as being a hall monitor, And while I think that there can definitely be abuses in the protest system, like we saw with certain people using it to instantly give chat bans to people who accidentally cuss or might have said something slightly mean, and then protesting them or going through every race, or to try to enforce the sporting code. I think that you're using the protest system for its design purpose, but you're being a little bit of a hall monitor about it. But I think using the protest system against someone who has wronged you or ruined a racing experience for you, that's fine. Like if someone intentionally wrecks you, you're not having fun anymore, they're not having fun anymore, and you can use that protest system to send in a protest and to clean up the service. And there's going to be people watching this and maybe in the comments saying, the protest system doesn't work." It does. You're not using it efficiently. If if you send in every protest as an intentional wreck, iRacing is only going to view that protest as an intentional wreck. So if it's just a racing incident or someone being over aggressive, then they're not going to do anything about it because it's not an intentional wreck and you submitted it as an intentional wreck. But if you say, hey, this guy was, being over aggressive, maybe try to send him an email or something and put under conduct principles, for example. Of course, don't say, send him an email, but you just explain the situation and you say conduct principles. There's a very real chance that they will get a notification from iRacing saying, hey, you're racing like a madman. Please, tone it down a little bit. And if they don't tone it down, it will eventually result in a ban, which is what a lot of people critical of the protest system don't like to say. They don't like saying that it results in bans, it just results in warnings, but it does result in bans. All you have to do is protest someone, have it go through, and then look at their recent results. You'll most likely see a week plus gap in their results, so it obviously works. And I think that using the protest system to your advantage is going to be beneficial for your fun in iRacing because that helps remove the people who are actively degrading the racing experience away. And I also said make mental notes of people. You don't really have to build a profile on someone. You can just say, hey, I know that name. That person's a clean driver. He's very nice. I can race harder with him. Or, hey, this person drives like a maniac and plows through people. If they're near me, I should probably get out of my way before I get involved in their shenanigans. Of course, you can do that by looking at people's iRating and safety rating too, but the best way to build knowledge on people is directly experiencing how they are on iRacing. So you kind of have to get burned before you can learn from it, but you will have more enjoyment down the stretch of being more aware of your surroundings and the people around you. And this is why communities are very important to join, because you can get to know people and you get to know, hey, this person knows me, I know them. We both race each other very cleanly. We can have a great race. That's what me and Dennis Mickelson do in Pro 2 Lights. Like, we see each other in a race. We say, hey, this guy's very clean and very fast. We can have a great race and talk about it later. So, yeah, make mental notes on people and don't be afraid to use a protest system if people do break the rules. Number 8, help other people out within your means if you can. Now, obviously, I'm not saying, you gotta spend 8 hours a day coaching someone who just joined iRacing. No, but like if someone's having issues with a car, like trying to get the car under them or trying to learn a track, it costs nothing to give them a quick little helper or a tip or maybe a picture or video of a braking mark or how you take this corner to help them out, and it'll make you feel better too, and you'll enjoy being on iRacing more because you're helping other people. You're making a difference. Even if it's very small, even if it's just person to person to one, just a one person, and you help them get better at one corner, you're still helping someone out, and they wouldn't have been able to do it as or they wouldn't have been to get better or resolve their issue as quickly as they did without you. I remember helping a good friend of mine, Corey Logan, learn how to save tires in the ARCA car and the mini stock, and seeing him get better at iRacing. It was great. It was a great feeling because I helped him learn a fundamental basic to getting better on iRacing. And I'm not a coach or anything. I'm truly a pretty bad teacher, but it's a great feeling to help out people when you can and when you're doing it within your means. If you're trying to help people out on something that you don't know, sometimes it's better to just not act, even if you want to help them, because you may teach them the wrong thing, and then they might build off of that, and then they're building off of the wrong foundation. That's not something good you want to do. But if you're knowledgeable on the subject and you have the ability to help someone, please help them. That's they're gonna appreciate it, and anyone that they're gonna race with is gonna appreciate it because it might help them be more clean, more consistent, and faster too. So you are pretty much creating better racing if you're giving good advice. And then my final, and I would say second most important lesson in this video is going to be lesson number 9. Understand and accept that people can make mistakes and not everyone is out to ruin your day. This one is lost on a lot of people, and it's very easy to get heated at other people on iRacing. I get heated. Everyone gets heated. But some people just make mistakes, and some people are more prone to making mistakes. Some people might not have the awareness that you do. And yes, awareness can be something that's learned, but there's differing levels of awareness that people have on track. And when you're racing, the situation is changing very quickly. So, I think that iRacing as a whole would be a lot more enjoyable to a lot of people if they can understand that people make mistakes and use it to teach others rather than to berate them. And that goes, and I think that because if you've watched my videos, I'll be like, wow, this guy's driving like an idiot, and then like I will see him and I'll be like, well, he just overdrove this corner or was being too aggressive and spun out or something like that. But you don't let other people's actions personally affect you is what I'm trying to say. And a lot of times people aren't trying to maliciously maliciously take you out. Yes, people can be stupid. It happens. I mean, if you drive a car, there's dumb people on the roads every day, but they're not intentionally driving 10 miles below the speed limit to spite you. They're just doing it because they're dumb. And they're not out there to ruin your day. And I think that a lot of people would benefit from knowing that the people around them are humans too. They make mistakes. It's very easy to overdrive a corner and slide up into someone. And in racing, when you're on the edge of control all the time, it's very easy for one little slip up to cause a mistake. And I also, this isn't really a lesson, but I would say number 9.5, apologies go a long way on iRacing. If you mess up, tell someone they're sorry, or tell someone you're sorry. Don't try to be prideful, because if you're humble, people will respect that. If you and they'll be a lot more forgiving too if you just say, "Oh, my bad, man, I slid up. I'm really sorry about that." And that's all you really have to do. Just a quick and simple, "Sorry, man, that was my mistake. I'm really sorry about that." Takes less than 10 seconds to do. You just have to swallow your pride a little bit, and the person is a lot less likely to be upset at you, because then you're like, okay, yeah, they know that they messed up. You can't really be mad at them. But yeah, that was my quick little informational video on how to have more fun on iRacing. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next race.